Well, welcome to the Meredith Show. I am so excited because our mission is always to inspire, and I am thrilled to have a dear old friend on the show today, Robin Caballero. Welcome to the Meredith Show. It's so good to have you on the air again.
Oh, it's good to be here, Meredith. It's really good to get back in touch with you. It's been a long
Thank you
time.
so much. Well, years ago, Robin and I, when she was beginning her business, did a segment on TV called Food Fridays. And she was a natural, and it was so much fun hearing fantastic food with wonderful drinks and sharing it with viewers in the Lehigh Valley.
Mhm.
And I have long since left the Lehigh Valley, but Robin is still going strong.
I am.
Yes. And so let's start at the very beginning. You had a passion as a child for cooking. Talk about the cheesecake. We have a good story, I feel.
Okay. Well, I'm Italian, so my fondest memories are around the family table, sharing food, holidays, and loved talking about food, eating food, and it's pretty much all we did. So I would experiment in the kitchen. I can remember when I was younger asking my mother, "Do you like to cook?" And she'd tell me, "If you like to eat, you like to cook." So I kind of followed that motto. And I used to experiment on my friends and my family. My father has an onion farm. They grow onions in Orange County, New York. I answered the phones for them, but that was my thing. I had to make lunch. So that's where I started. And I would experiment with all different things. And my father would tell me, "Don't put foreign objects in the food." Now, fast forward, I say, "Hey, look, Dad, foreign objects got me to where I am today." But my mom had this amazing cheesecake recipe. So I decided one day I'm going to make some of these cheesecakes and go to some of the local farmers markets in Orange County and see if I can't sell them. And I was successful right off the bat. So I was baking for a couple farmers markets, and I was 16. So I was using my mother and father's electricity and their money to buy the ingredients. It was a great model. So
It's great to know they were so supportive.
They were, because it was food. But yeah, so it was a lot of fun. I did it for a while, and then I graduated high school and started working full time. And I would dabble with cooking, and people paid me for little things here and there. But when I got married, my first husband went to West Point, and I say that is because I became a military wife. So the wife of in the military life, we cooked all the time. We really didn't work. And people were telling me how great my food was. I should cater. So I started catering out of my house. So it went from cheesecakes to farmers markets. Then I was making cheesecakes and pizzas and I was doing all kinds of parties. And, I built up a nice little reputation for myself. It was a lot of fun. I baked when my children were little. It was, both my children were born in Hawaii, and I had my daughter at the time, and I would cater some parties. So it was a lot of work, but it was really fun. So she got to experiment with me, and what I mean by that is she got to eat all the different things that I made.
Well, I've had the pleasure of sampling some of your wares, and I have to say, let's fast forward to now. So you started out small, but things really exploded fairly recently for you, and you are the owner now of Sagra Bistro. For those who are just tuning in, we're talking to Robin Caballero, and your restaurant is in Hellertown, Pennsylvania, and the website and all the information to connect we have at the bottom of the screen, because certainly if you're in the area, it's a must stop. So fast forward from the cheesecake world to relocating to the Lehigh Valley from New York, and your business was born in your kitchen, really, right?
Yes, it was. So oh gosh, I don't want to go through my married life, but when I met my second husband, he was a chef, and he moved up here to Lehigh Valley, and we started doing some catering jobs. But I got this idea from a friend. She said, "Your dynamic is really great. You should teach." So I thought, oh, wow, that's a really great idea. So I started doing some research, and we started doing these cooking classes in my home. Now, it was a big deal if we had 6 or 8 people. And it was in my kitchen, an island kitchen, and we did these demos, and it was a lot of fun. People ate, we drank wine, and, then we hooked up with you at one point in time. Yeah. We were doing demos in the Lehigh Valley. Then we started to do the Friday cooking shows, and we opened a location where we had a big demo kitchen, kind of like Emerald. And we, you sat around the kitchen and we made recipes and chatted, and we also sold everything that we made in the ingredients. So salt and olive oil and vinegar, and then we were catering parties where people had come to those cooking events, and it was really doing very, very well. So at that point in time, we decided to open a restaurant. That's how we came. Then the fun started.
Right.
So we have a restaurant and catering company still in Hellertown, Pennsylvania. And, I love it. I love it. I love the staff. I love the food, our customers. They're great. We have loyal following. We have people that come in multiple times a week. We have a lot of new people coming in lately.
Here are some of your dishes. You must have some signature dishes. I know it's a casual fun fare, right?
Yes. So we have a couple of great items that we sell tons and tons of. One is called our cheese tort. It's a cold cheese spread. We actually call it Sagra crack because people become addicted to it. It's a cold cheese spread with a red pepper jam, and it is absolutely fabulous. But one thing that we do that we're becoming really famous for is we sell filet mignon for $15 every day of the week.
Hello.
So that is, it's funny. Shula's went out of business, and I say we put Shula's out of business with our $15 filet in the Lehigh Valley. But it's really, it's a great bargain. It's a great piece of meat. And, we're packed up every weekend. Our burgers are awesome. We do fresh cut fries. And I attribute, now we were closed for 6 months recently.
And that was like, I'm just going to stop you for a moment. Hello, listeners. Listen to this story about why they closed. Not an anticipated close, let's just say.
No, that's for sure. Well, it was a Saturday night. I got a phone call from my partner, Jim. They told me a truck drove through the front window.
Whoa.
Yes. So amazing, because we're in the middle of a block, but no one was hurt. No one was in the restaurant. The driver wasn't hurt. But we took that
accident, huh?
It was a freak accident. He had a seizure, actually.
Oh.
So just to make a long story short, we were closed for 6 months. It takes time with insurance and zoning and bill. So it wasn't a big ordeal. It was fine. We were properly insured. So gave us a great time to rebrand, and we redecorated. So we changed the inside. But during that time, I had begun to study social media and how to effectively use it for my business. And that I attribute a lot to my newfound success, because I've been able to harness Facebook, Instagram, Twitter to my advantage. I'm probably one of, if not the only restaurant in the Lehigh Valley that actually uses all the tools that social media allows. But I think that that with the new model, we rebranded. We did. We're doing more burgers, more salads, less expensive entrees. We took that, instead of being a little bit more high end, we brought that model down to match Fridays, Applebee's, Ruby Tuesdays, and we're driving
much better. Yes, much better, I'm sure.
Yes, exactly.
Now, I just want to give some plugs for people, because you're sharing that you're on social media, but I want to make sure people understand how to find you. So if you're looking to connect with Robin and you want to see what the specials are coming up, or just a view of her beautiful dishes, I was perusing through and saw some gorgeous plates. You can follow her on Instagram at Sagra Bistro. That's one word, or Robin Cavallaro, excuse me, and that's Cavallaro. Also on Twitter under the same names. So and you have sagrabistro.com and rcavallaro.com. So lots of places to find and connect with you. I mean, do you have a favorite social media platform? Because you've had great success, as you said, online, and many restaurants aren't in that game. I applaud you.
Yeah, I'm really loving Facebook Live for the restaurant. Well, and I'll get on. I have a really bad internet connection at the restaurant, so we're trying to resolve that. But it's a great opportunity to tell people, hey, these are my specials today. This is what we have got going on today, because that goes out to all of your followers. Robin's live. Sagra Bistro is live, so you've got a live infomercial, and then the post it stays on your page as a post. I've done them, and I've done like 3 or 4 of them so far, and I've had 800, 900, 1,200 views on a post. That is absolutely amazing.
Yes, that's really cool. Now, you are not just one to hoard the knowledge. You actually share your knowledge and do speaking engagements. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes. Well, I love to share. I love to give back, and I want to help people. If I can help somebody in the business, be able to further themselves or be able to take their business to another level, I'm thrilled. So I do speaking engagements. I hold some seminars at the restaurant and locally in the Lehigh Valley, but I am available outside of the Lehigh Valley. But we talk about primarily how I'm a business owner. This is how to use social media, but this is how I've done it. And I'll show you successes that I've actually used, not just theories of this is how you should use it and this is how other people have used it. This is actually how I've used it and the successes that I've had using these platforms.
Now, second favorite, because I haven't even dabbled in Facebook Live. I'm so busy blabbing and periscoping. So is Instagram a good medium for you?
Instagram is awesome for the restaurant. Food is number one, gets the most interaction, the most engagement. I get a lot of engagement for the restaurant on Instagram. And then, it's just understanding how to use hashtags and how to maximize your presence with hashtags, with geotagging. I actually wrote an article. It's supposed to come out, I believe, this month in CaterSource on how caterers can use Instagram with real live examples. But I think that also I'm really loving Snapchat.
Really?
I really love Snapchat. Yes, I snap them.
How quick it is?
Well, you know what, Snapchat, I'm always showing like I'm working out or, I'm getting ready for this blab, but I'll snap codes occasionally I'll snap a code for somebody if they're following me. If they come into the restaurant, they may get a free dessert or a discounted item if they follow me on Snapchat.
Okay. How do they find you on Snapchat?
I'm at rcavallaro918.
Okay, cool. I'll have to follow you on Snapchat for my visit to go see you. That's awesome. Yeah. And now, before we leave, I always like to leave with a little bit of inspiration. We know that you give back, and I totally appreciate the fact that you're not keeping all these wonderful successes and all the tools that you're using to yourself. Mm-hmm. But I think sometimes the real inspiration is things aren't always easy. And it's been a long journey to get to this fabulously successful restaurant you have now. So what advice do you have to somebody who was in your shoes just starting out? There was probably so much you've learned.
Well, I guess the one thing I could say is just never give up. Never give up and always look for your next opportunity. I'm always open to suggestions, comments, but I'm always looking for what's the next thing to come down the road that I can ultimately make money at, because that's what it really is all about. It's about you making money. So that's the best thing that I could tell everybody. Never close yourself off to an opportunity. Always listen and think through it, because you never know where your next opportunity is going to be.
Have you had any major roadblocks along the way?
Well, yeah. I mean, there are things that we've done that haven't been successful. So it's just taking those challenges and saying, okay, how can I do that better? So, at one point in time, our menu was we had more entrees and people were saying we're much more expensive. So how do you do that? How do you counteract that? Well, you come back and you find ways to give people what they're looking for. I have found that through my study of social media and how to take care of the customers now, I am much more cognizant of making sure I visit tables and making sure that when I'm there and I see happy customers, asking them to review the restaurant. If you're happy with the experience, share your experiences on share your experience on Facebook, share it on Instagram. I have it right on my menu. Hey, did you check in on Facebook? I get my staff to do that. Make sure you ask people to check in on Facebook, to share their pictures. I give them hashtags to use. So I've even written an article about, should you have a social media ambassador at your restaurant? Just for that, to maximize it, because people, especially with Facebook, people go to Facebook because they want to see where their friends are and what they're doing. And you want your restaurant or your catering business or your private chef business or your retail store, whatever your business is, you want that to show up in those people's feeds. You can't pay for that amount of advertising.
No, you're making me want to show up in the Lehigh Valley just so I can go have dinner with you, Robin.
Well, you're going to have to come on out, Meredith.
you. Oh my gosh, it's been so long. Well, we try not to let our blabs go too long, but we never ever want the conversation to end. So, as we were just talking about, Robin is on several social media channels. You can reach her directly at the bottom of the screen through her website.
Here, I have this too.
Oh,
join my website. Join my newsletter list. If you text Robin 918 to 33444, you get a free cookbook with some great recipes in it and a subscription into my email newsletter list.
Yeah, because it never a dull moment with Robin. Some fun facts. You're into Harleys now, yes?
I'm into motorcycles. I have a Triumph.
Oh, a Triumph. Excuse me, not to be confused. Clearly, I'm not a rider. But it's awesome because you started later in life riding, right?
I did. I got a motorcycle when I turned 50.
That's awesome. So cool.
That's fun. I love it.
Yeah, and Robin's keeping busy. I don't know how you manage it. You've completed a mud run. Is that right?
I did a Spartan race.
Spartan
race. Yeah, I'll never do that again. That's a one-time thing. I did that with my son and my nephew. Oh my God, it was hard. All we did all the way down we climbed up Blue Mountain. That's where it was in Pennsylvania. It was tough.
Wow.
I finished 19th in women over 50.
Hey,
I
as a
tell people
say, from the Jew to the Italian, Mazel Tov. That's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Well, one of the things I have to say that attributes to anybody's success is being likable. You are so much fun to talk to. I love being on the air with you again, Robin. And
thank you, Meredith. Thank you. It's good to connect again. It's good to connect with some old friends.
Thank you so much for being on the show, and we hope that you'll continue the conversation and get in on that cookbook. Put it up one more time if you're just tuning in, because a lot of people will be watching the rebroadcast. We know that'll get a lot of play.
There you go.
Robin 918-233-444. All right,
awesome.
You saw it here on the Meredith Show. I want to hear the feedback. You'll have to let me know.
I will.
Thank you so much, Robin, for being on the program. Thank you all for watching, and remember, if you know somebody who's doing something fabulous, or if you are doing something fabulous, don't keep it to yourself. Share the love. We want to hear from you, and we're looking forward to sharing more inspiring guests every week right here on The Meredith Show, Fridays at 1 o'clock Pacific time and 4 o'clock Eastern time. Robin, thanks for being on the program, and we'll see you soon in the restaurant at Sagra Bistro.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me, Meredith.
Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay. That's a wrap, as we say in Meredith Land. All right.
It's still recording.
No.
No? Okay.
No. Okay. So wanted to tell you some housekeeping things. They rearranged the blab. See if okay.
I don't think anybody joined.
That's what I was trying to figure out. That's never happened to me before. What the heck? Do you think it was a weird fluke? I don't see, do you see the map on the right side of the screen?
I do not.
So I don't either, and that's like a new thing. I wonder if they did away with it.
I don't know. See, because this here still says it's recording.
On yours? Well, I paused it. Wait a minute.